morning. My name is Amy Gill, your pharmacist that cares. So, if you guys have been watching my Facebook posts, you know we just got back from an amazing trip, and there's still lots more pictures to post because there's lots to go through. We were in Atlantis in the Bahamas, and it was absolutely just perfect, except for it just wasn't long enough because it was only over the kids' fall break. So, we wish we had a few more days, but we had an absolutely magical time. It was definitely good just to be together and rest and relax. So lots more pictures coming. But I had to talk about something that blew me away when we checked into the hotel. So, check in, they tell you your room number, give your keys. And then he's like, hang on, I've got water bottles for you guys. So he hands us these reusable water bottles for all of us. And it says Atlantis, Paradise Island. And on the other side, it says Blue Project Foundation, Atlantis. So he said, these are for you guys to use while you are here and then to take home as a souvenir. So there are water filling stations. You guys have seen them. They're even at airports now. They're at schools, right? There's a little place you put your water bottle and it fills it up. And this just blew my mind. Okay. You guys, I talk about B corporations and the environment and all these things, and this fits right into it. Think about, I'll go through some of the statistics that I found because these are mind blowing as well. But think about all the plastic this place is saving by giving us these, right? And they're buying them in such bulk. They're getting them for pennies, right? They're putting their logo on them, and it's so economical for them to do this because they're saving all that plastic from getting in the ocean. They're saving a ton of money from buying it because we're on an island, right? So the stuff has to get shipped in. Think about all the other environmental things that have to go along before this bottled water can get to Atlantis. So it made me smile every time I fill this bottle up. I just loved it. So I wanted to talk to you guys today about the importance of using reusable water bottles and not buying plastic bottles and water in plastic bottles, guys. When you go to the store, I have never seen anything like it. It's not even just one side of the aisle. It is both sides of the aisle. Okay. There are people in the world that don't even have clean drinking water. We don't need all this. This is a waste. If people would put that money that they're using for all that manufactures plastic water bottles to get them to people that need them, or to get the resources that they need for clean water filtration. And if you guys watched a couple years ago, the boys did this project with H2O for Life about places in Africa and building these filtration systems so they can have clean drinking water. We don't need this, okay? This is absolutely just a waste. This is what we need to do. The water out of the tap is perfectly fine. Now, there are a few exceptions to that. Places with older houses, if they have lead pipes, that is going to be one exception that maybe you need to add a filtration system to your house. What if I guess change the pipes out? But I mean, that would be something that you would want to think about if it's an older house with lead pipes. Other than that, no, drink straight out of the tap, drink straight out of the hose. It's perfectly fine. So this statistic seriously blew my mind. By using a reusable water bottle, you could prevent an average of 156 plastic bottles from filling our oceans annually. That's you, one person. Every year, 15 million tons of plastic enter the sea at a minimum. And experts predict that plastic will outweigh fish in the ocean by 2050 unless we make a change. And that's exactly what this Blue Project Foundation is doing with the Atlantis Resort. I mean, this is great. This is amazing. I mean, this is absolutely just mind-blowing. I just keep smiling about it. I love it. And then they talk about, of course, the significantly lowering the environmental impact when you use this. It's more cost effective to use this, wash it, reuse it, right? Because we know plastics, when you heat up plastics, what happens? A lot of toxins can come out of those. You say, well, I'm not going to heat my water bottle. Well, maybe you technically aren't, but if it's in your car, it's getting hot. If it traveled on an airplane, a train, set in the warehouse, set in one of those big boxes behind, your local supermarket, what's happening to it? It's like a hot box, right? They're getting hot. So those chemicals from the plastic are getting into your water. So it's not as clean as you think it is. And that is why some of them are actually changing to stainless steel bottles. So you guys have probably seen those. I've actually seen those as well. So the stainless steel are a lot more eco-friendly than the plastic water bottles. So again, I talked about the chemical pollution and all those things. So when you think about it, like I said, these plastic water bottles have to get there, right? So they're traveling on a train, an airplane. Think of all the fuel, all the environmental impacts that this is having just to get those plastic water bottles to fill our shelves at the local supermarket. That's crazy. I mean, that seriously is. I'm sure you guys have a whole pantry full of water bottles. We do. And when we go on a trip, we take them. If we go in the car, we take them. There is always water bottles with us. It is so important. You do not need to stop at a gas station to buy a bottle of water, or definitely not a soda or energy drink, right? So you guys take your water bottles with you. Like I said, you see those refilling stations absolutely everywhere. Anytime you find a water fountain now, that's exactly what you are finding. So this is another one that I thought was very interesting. It's estimated that 14% of littered waste actually stems from beverage containers, and 8 million tons of plastic bottles in our oceans every year, which is kind of what I was telling you before. 35 million Americans throw away 35 billion, I'm sorry, that's with a B, 35 billion empty water bottles a year, and only 12% of those are recycled. 35 billion, you guys. This is, come on, this is just, wow. I was blown when I was doing research for this. I was just excited about this and how cool, but then when I really started looking at these numbers, absolutely mind blowing. And then 80%, is the same thing. 86% of disposable water bottles used in the United States become garbage, right? People are not actually recycling them. And if they want to, there's some places there's only one trash can. You hope they're sorting it, but you know they're probably not. So more places need to get into this. We need to do this, right? I don't want to see you with your plastic water bottle. You guys get a reusable water bottle, preferably, like I said, a metal one, because those, they keep it colder longer too. Really, I have seen people, they'll freeze their plastic water bottles because they don't stay cold. These keep it colder longer. They're way more insulated as well. So I hope those things encourage you guys to not grab that case of water next time you go to the store. Get your reusable water bottles, fill them out of your tap. So the few things that are shown on here, there's some pictures shown on the screen. So I'm going to talk to you guys about this slide that's on here. So it's at their Mayan temple, right, at the Atlantis Resort. And it was called Leap of Faith. And you guys, seriously, it took a leap of faith to even do this slide for me. Alex, no problem. This kid zipped down it 11 times without even thinking. But me, when I kind of looked and I couldn't see the bottom, I mean, this is almost a straight down shot. So it was kind of one of those 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 Mel Robbins moments. Just do it. Just go. You can't chicken out. You're not going to walk down these stairs. So I did the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, jumped on the slide and went down. And then you end up in a tank. We are in the tube. You see that. But there's sharks swimming around. You don't even get to see the sharks because you're going through so quickly. But there is another fun ride on the other side that you're in a tube. And at the end, you end very slowly so you can see the sharks swimming around you, which is kind of weird and crazy as they're going over you and you're looking at them. But it was such a cool experience for our family. So I encourage you guys, really, if you are looking for a different opportunity, if you know somebody that is unhappy with what they are doing, and if you are not with a company that you can earn amazing trips like this, then we need to talk. I mean, everybody deserves the opportunity to earn trips like this. And this is exactly what I did for our family. And on Monday night when we got home, we were sitting in the kitchen and Poppy looks at the boys and he said, guys, you really need to thank mom for this. And it was just that moment of, wow, I did work really hard to get us here. And it was a phenomenal trip that was covered for us because of what I had done and how hard I had worked, because I knew we wanted this. We wanted to go to Atlantis. It was somewhere we had talked about for a long time, and how amazing to get to do it with such amazing friends, with my family, and everybody deserves the opportunity for these amazing trips. So I hope you guys have enjoyed pictures. There's still lots more to come. And please, when you go out, grab your reusable water bottle, sit them with your kids to school. This is so important. My name is Amy Gill, your pharmacist.